Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and we've got our co-host H&H Trader around the corner. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
What's up? What's up?
It's been a day, wild day in the market, I would say. So it's time for the last rip. We're gonna dive in, check out, recap our trades, and figure out what the hell's going on with the SPY. Because the Feds announced tapering yesterday, and it popped for a new high today, but it was sideways, and it wasn't like little sideways movements. This was pretty volatile, so it caused some definitely interesting moves in the market amongst a lot of the stocks. But I don't. This is scary to me. I'm scared to death right now of the stock market. Like, you guys know, I've been bearish for a year and a half now, 2 years, and now they're tapering and the market's still going up. This looks bullish. Looking at this daily chart, this looks really bullish. like if this was a stock, I was looking at a penny stock, I was going to day trade during the live stream, I'd be hopping in right here. So
Yeah.
that is like, with them announcing tapering and the market still going up. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know.
Trying to switch your bias. It's got another 100 to go.
I've been bearish for this good bit of amount of time, even before COVID, and they just keep pumping money. But now they're saying they're not pumping money, and the thing's still going straight up. It just doesn't make any sense. I've been bearish so long, I'm scared to change my bias. I'm afraid as soon as I do, that's when it'll drop. It's like it's hunting me. That's why I'm just day trading right now. I'm not going to be holding any long positions until we get some type of real correction.
I think there's some beautiful 410Ks right now. Did I
Yeah, I'm
say that
sure.
right?
No, it's 401ks, but that's all right. I know what you
Oh,
meant.
okay. I was like, wait, that didn't sound right.
Yeah. They might, well, hell, about this point, they may be up to 410ks. They may not be 401ks anymore. This is just ridiculous. So I don't know. Let's just keep track of it. It just looks super bullish right now. I have no idea. It shouldn't look super bullish, but it does. But when this ride comes down, the elevator is probably not going to stop until we get close to the garage floor. See, did you take any trades today, or you just swing trading still?
No, man, I took some trades.
Oh, you took some trades too. Okay, what did you trade today?
Evax.
Oh, yeah. You told me that earlier. Yeah, Evax was this was one of those wonky ones, and that's what we were saying. We've seen big rips all week, and then this one had the potential in pre-market, but it had a big gap down, like getting halted multiple times.
So I was kind of slow on this one because I was kind of timid because a bunch of the big bounce or the big drops have not been getting that rebound. But this one got a little bit, and I already knew that the VWAP was going to be a problem for it, and so I was kind of scared on it. It came down in that initial dip,
Yeah, right
and
here.
it went up, and I was like, well, it's got some big wicks. I'm gonna let it calm down. So it came back down to the ground floor, and I was like, ooh, this would be a great place to enter. Did not enter there.
Oh man, you
Um,
see, I did take that opportunity.
yeah, but when I saw that red candle right there, that's where I entered and
Oh,
just wrote
okay.
it. I didn't. The VWAP I think was the top of this candle, this first candle, this green candle, and I
Uh-huh.
just took that profit. I believe I got $1 off of it
Hey, that's all you
from there.
needed.
Yeah,
You just waited. You just waited for extra confirmation, is all.
yeah.
You made sure it confirmed. You were like, how many 5 minute candles are going to stay above it? Okay, now let's go. But still, you got it. You got the dollar profit in there, so that's nice. I got in that nice spot there after that little doji pushing up on that second candle. 50 shares. It just kind of slowly bumbled around there in that area, moving slowly up, and then ripped to that top, and I took it at the top of that candle, 40 of it, and I was holding 10 for the rest of the day, but you can see my stop loss got hit there. I kept moving it up. But yeah, that's not the normal play we've been seeing all week. It's been stuff already running up that's continuing to run, not something selling off this big and getting a nice little bounce. Because other than that, there really wasn't much. PATZ I was in early, but I got in at above 3 right there at 336, looking for it to break the trend line, and it didn't. So I got out when it started cracking 3. but it ended up holding 290, then breaking in after hours. Well, power hour in the after hours all the way up to 550. So that's some weird, funky movement there. And this thing is only moving in pre-market and after hours or close to after hours, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I took one more trade on Seva. Did you take anything else besides EVAX?
Yeah, Sava. Yeah.
Okay, 7. So this looked good. That run up in the morning was a nice rip. And this is a low float stock, but it's in the $80 price range. So a lot of times when you get stocks higher price like this, they're going to respect the rules a little bit more than the low float penny stocks. They're going to respect the patterns, respect support and resistance lines. You know, they're not going to have really crazy unpredictable moves, and Seva really didn't do anything unpredictable. It made a nice bull flag and it just kind of cracked down there. But the SPY was going sideways all through this time, so Seva just kind of reacted with the SPY, I think. But I got in there looking for it to re-break 90, 5 shares at 87, and then it came all the way to that tip, and as soon as it started cracking, I just got out.
Yeah. I had to leave today, so I just took a position and just held it. My position I'm still holding. I took 15 shares at the eight. I mean, no. I took 15 shares at the 87,
About the same area.
87 somewhere up in there, looking for that break.
Yeah,
And since I had
same
15
position.
shares,
Yeah.
yeah, since I had 15 shares, I was like, all right, well, I just hold these 15. But later on in the day, it started dropping down, and I started adding. I added 15 more shares down here, averaged down to 85.50. So that's where I'm
Okay.
currently holding 30 shares, 85.50.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. It held its gains from this rip. I mean, it didn't really give back any of these gains. It closed, like you said, in after hours right now it's at 88.50. It did get back up to 87.40. So it really didn't lose any gains at all. It's above all EMAs on the daily chart, and back to it being an $84 stock. It should respect, the rules a little bit more. But potentially, looking at a weekly chart, it could be a head and shoulders pattern. It'd be your head and then shoulder, shoulder. It's a
Well, if it pushes
little
up there,
wonky, but
what's the top of the other one? What's the top of that
one
one?
117. So that'd
Oh
still
yeah,
be a
that'll be
nice.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and
that's
push up there. Let that be a shoulder.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Even if it is a head and shoulder, you're still in a good position on it to where you could make some decent money on this. So I think it's one to keep on watch on tomorrow, especially if the market's just going to keep going straight up. Because even though it's more expensive, you're going to take a little bit more capital. It's still super low float, and when this thing goes, it can really go. We go back on the daily chart. You can see back through here, in 4 days it went from 75 all the way up to 133. That's an account doubler. Got the low float and everything to really rip. We'll see what happens with it. It's still not like Car. Like I was watching Car for the re-break of 300 today, and it couldn't get it. But it did give a little wick up there. But I was just like, man, I don't want to trade a $300 stock. It's going to take so much capital. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless you've got like a 25K account or something, like trading a $300 stock for a day trade if you're cash.
Was that HYRE moving with it?
Yeah, a little bit. So you can see, you kind of look, both of those patterns are about the same. Not the daily charts. If I go in the 15-minute, you can see it really good.
Mm-hmm.
About the same movement. So I'm still keeping it on watch to see if, because car is still holding its gains. It had the big rip up, and it's about 50%. So it could be a 50% retracement bounce tomorrow or Monday. And these EMAs are just now spreading out, so it's just now starting to really move up. That may have some more room to go, but like I said, I'm not looking to trade CAR. I'm looking to trade HYRE. And then you're still holding OLB, right?
Yep.
So
OLB.
did give you a little pop up there today, back over your entry.
Yeah, it was literally right at the entry. I was zeroed out, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna continue holding it. and the thing is, my stop was at the 330s. I mean, not the 330s, the 630, 635, I believe. So it never ever got close to that. So
Yeah.
I'll be looking for more. I'll be moving up my stop after today. Plus, the daily chart doesn't look horrible.
No, that's good. It's bullish. It's
Yeah,
above
so
all
if
EMAs.
Yeah, if it can pump back over that 750, it'll start looking real good. But if it breaks the bottom of this daily candle here, this last daily candle, which is what is that, the 665 or
Yep,
whatever that
665.
bottom is,
Yeah.
I may be jumping out of there because I don't feel like taking that loss.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about what 70 cents away from that area right now, so it'd have to be a drastic move down.
Yeah,
I mean, it could happen, but it's uptrending after this pullback, which it held. If you ignore this chart because it's kind of gappy, if you just look at the chart up here, you can see where it held some of the gains still,
yeah,
and still
yeah.
holding 2 days later and starting to uptrend. So
Yeah, when I was telling you I called my bank to see why that position had jumped up there because of the wash sale rules. I forgot that I actually traded it last month and I traded it the month before. So, this month I was like, you know what? I'm not about to sell this. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it. Cause, at this point I'm like, look, this thing, I traded it the month before when it was at $3. The ticker was at $3. Then I traded it at $5. Now it says $7. I'm like, I'm not selling this. I'll just wait.
yeah. Now, for people who don't know, if you want to give them a little quick briefing of what the whitewash rules are, because I've never dealt with it on Thinkorswim, so I don't know if that's
You
exclusive
deal with
to.
it, but Thinkorswim doesn't do it for you.
Oh, okay, so it's a
Yeah,
tax
it,
thing.
it happens at the end of the year when you have to do your taxes. You have to
Okay.
calculate every single transaction and what watch sales happen on each ticker. So
Hmm.
Charles Schwab actually does it for you, and they give you. And I noticed this last year when I did my taxes. They had this form that they gave me that had watch sales. I was like, wait a minute, this already done, but I didn't realize how it was affecting me until because I haven't been holding anything, so I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really notice it until this past week when I was holding a day, and I was like, what in the world? How to get 40 cents away? It's because of the watch sale rule was already calculated in there.
Hmm.
And so the watch sale, basically what it is if you buy a ticker, whatever ticker it is, and you take a loss on it, you cannot buy within 30 days of the buy date. So starting, not counting the day that you bought, but the day after, 30 days away from the day after you buy, you have to wait. If you don't wait and you buy back in and you take another loss, it cancels out the first original loss. So you can't put that on your capital loss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it negates your capital loss.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if you ask my opinion about it, it's another BS rule and regulation that they've put in. Because why? I mean, why does that make any sense as a rule or regulation? I'm not going to go off on a rant, but if somebody can try to rationalize that to me of why the government would regulate that, especially when we're supposed to have a free market.
Well, they told me it was because usually they do it all through the year, but especially at the end of the year, a lot of people will sell their shares and buy them right back. And what this does is, if they're holding a loss on those shares and they sell them, that loss when they buy back, it will negate that loss. So let's say if they're down 200, 300, 400 bucks, and they're like, oh my goodness, it's the end of the year. I want to reduce my taxes for the year. I'm going to sell this for a loss and then buy it right back. Well, if you
Yeah.
buy it within that 30-day period, it's going to negate that loss. But a lot of people do it at the very end of the year. So, it's hard to get it back it's hard to get that ticker back within 30 days at a good price.
But I'm saying, what's the point of that? What is it preventing from happening?
So let's say you do get a tax deduction because of your capital gains loss, whatever, that rolls over each year. Well, if you're negating some of it's kind of like a strategic thing too. If you're negating your loss, let's say, I don't know what your loss would be on a given, you know what? Before I say this, I am
Well,
not a tax professional.
there you
Disclaimer.
go.
I was just thinking about that. You know what? Go and look this up because I don't want to say anything that's off. I don't want anybody to come in talking about, well, that's not right. Okay, I'm going to hold my peace and say, well, it happened. It's something that can happen to you. Be careful about it and understand the wash sale rules. Actually, I'm going to give Ben a link to a video that explains the wash sale rules very well. and he can put it in the description.
Okay, yeah, I'll put that video in the description for you guys so you can check it out. But what I was asking you was, I wasn't trying to get you to rationalize it. What I'm asking is, what is this law put in place for to prevent? Like, what is it protecting us from? You know what I mean? Like,
It's not protecting us. Nothing they do
exactly,
protects us.
exactly. That's my point. That's what I was getting at. And now we're on the same page. So yeah, if you guys want to go watch that and see another way how they're screwing us over as retail traders, PDT rule, whitewash rules, all of that. SEC, I know you're watching. I love you guys. Make sure you hit that like button for me. I think that's pretty much it for the day. Not too much else going on though. NRDS, another IPO having a pop at the beginning of the day. So that's kind of a trend starting now. We're seeing some IPOs having early pop. Well, actually, this one didn't come out till 10:30. I think that's 2 days in a row we had that. But not a whole lot else went on today that I saw. I guess until after hours or power hour. It looks like it was a hot power hour. Going into the market tomorrow, it could be a hot Friday.
Yep. I'm just looking to take profits. If this thing wants to get over, I'm gonna take my Friday profits and get on down. I'm definitely selling OLB. I'm probably not gonna hold that over the weekend.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Bitcoin's a little shaky at the moment, but we'll see. It likes to heat up during the weekend. But I think that's pretty much it for today's last rip. I've been green 4 days in a row, so I'm going to try to continue that momentum. And we'll see if Hal gets some big wins on these swings he's taken. Definitely swinging for the fences and could get close to them, if not over them. So appreciate everybody joining us as always. Oh yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Both channels, live stream trading. Check out H&H Traders channel. And also, if you haven't yet, go sign up for frameworkfortune.com. It's free. Free. Appreciate everybody joining us always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.